Soul Rising, everyone. I am your chakra priestess here to bring you another weekly reading. I purposely skipped last week's reading because there was not only I did a whole bunch of celebrity readings, but also the since there was a lot of active energy with the full moon and it being Holy Weekend with Easter, I was like, I'm just going to allow the message for the full moon in Libra to play itself out. So I hope you all tuned into that reading because that was definitely what the energy was giving the whole entire week and plus more. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and get into the message for today. Just please keep in mind that all readings on my channel are for entertainment purposes only. Due to everything is not set in stone because of free will. And what you could take whatever message applies to your situation, but if it doesn't apply, just let it fly. All right. I'll be using the Awakened Soul deck because we are in the renewal season. So why not use an awakening deck for the occasion? Let me get my sticky. All right. So what will be the message? What will be the message for this week? What are the energies looking like for this week? For the collective. All right, we have Solitude. We have Solitude that came out for us this week. I hope you all can see the Solitude word is at the bottom. It's kind of it's like within the picture. So we need to spend some time this week to go into solitude mode because as I've stated before, there was so much interactive energy that had transpired between the full moon in Libra and the Holy Weekend and so much more. And now that the full moon has passes by and retrograde is about to happen soon, we're in the shadow period of retrograde. So this is perfect. This card right here is perfect. Because when we're going into retrograde mode, that is the time to reflect and weed out the things that no longer is for you at the time. What is the reason for this season? So you can be able to release that and prepare yourself to progress forward. So as I'm viewing this picture, I do see a butterfly on here. The butterfly representing change, transformation. I do see a fire as well. So the fire represents like burning. Of course, whenever you're doing bonfires, just fires in general is basically things are being burnt down and released. So so the renewal can happen. All right. So whatever problems, whatever traumas, whatever fears, doubt, anything that is holding you back from doing what you want to do truly in your heart, that not only lights your soul on fire, but also gives you a newfound purpose in life in the time that you're being in this physical realm. Utilize the fire aspect to just burn whatever pathway that is blocking you so the renewal can happen and you can walk through it. So, and then I also see people in the background that's like celebrating. So as people are celebrating in the background, this individual here is is just simply out in nature, just soaking it all in, being in the present moment. And I do see a fox here. This fox does remind me of my grandfather, so he may be with in the presence right now as I'm speaking. But yes, this is definitely the energy for this week. And between, well, the cars that was behind it, or the card that was behind it, is the guidance card. So as you go into solitude, seek for guidance, as you're doing right now with me. As I'm looking at the guidance card, I see the sun. The sun represents positivity, vitality, an announcement as well. I do see the moon card as well. Moon card could represent any illusions that are in are taking place or dressed in the shadow side. And then I see the star card right beside the moon card. And with the star card, that is basically the hope card, because the star card is associated with Aquarius. So you may be Aquarius, or you may be dealing with an Aquarius. And the moon card is associated with Pisces, even though Cancer is the home celestial body for it, or is the planet ruler for it. But with tarot, Pisces is associated with the moon card. So you may be a Pisces, you may have a Pisces placement in your chart. And then the sun card represents Leo. Yeah, Leo. Yeah, I believe it represents Leo, if I'm not mistaken. But but either way it goes, you may have any of those placements in your chart, or you may be dealing with a person that has those placements in their chart. And then so the guidance card is what's behind the solitude card, and rebirth is what in front of the card. So as you going, so we're in this rebirth season right now. You see the person coming out of the cave. She's coming out of the darkness because she is basically healed, or has done some healing work, as she has went into the shadow side, dealing with some shadow work. She has faced her fears, and now she can go into solitude mode to seek for guidance. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, speaking of cleansing, cleanse is at the bottom of the deck. Utilize this time for cleansing, because after the full moon, the last quarter moon is all about dealing with detoxing and cleansing. So we can prepare for the next new moon, which will be in Taurus. All right. And Taurus season is coming up soon, later on this month. So the guidance aspect of the solitude card is basically saying to put some space between you and other people, their agendas, biases, opinions, and expectation for a while. Get to know your own beliefs and find your own path without outside counsel. Make your own decisions and live your own life as you see fit. Do what is right for you, as long as it is harming no one. You have the strength to stand on your own, be independent, and forge your own path. Why else would you be here? It is a time of withdrawal from social events, social media, which can be all-consuming if you let it, and embrace your introverted side. There is no shame for needing peace, quiet, in your own company. If you've been in hermit mode for a while, this card may signify that it's your time to reconnect with others is coming. If you feel loneliness or isolated, please know that there are people who care for you, and reach out for connection. Reach out to the Awakened Soul community. We always welcome and support kin. The shadow meaning for the card could be you could be experiencing living someone's life, or you feel like you're living in someone else's life. or codependency, too much going on, or energy depletion. The affirmation for the Solitude card is I am supported and loved, even when I am on my own. And the personal reflection could be what can be alone teach me about myself? Because a lot of people are afraid to be alone nowadays because it's forcing you to be in those, to go into deep thought and reflect. And sometimes whenever you go too deep in it, is like you're in the sunken place to where it's kind of hard to get out. So without further ado, I may do like a little series. Well, I'm gonna keep that quiet and hush hush, and you just follow me, okay? But other than that, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. That concludes the message for this week. Be sure to leave a comment down below on your thoughts about this message. And I do have the self-love reunion coming up this Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you would like to attend to it, the link will be available in well, you can scan the QR code and they'll link you over to the website, so you could go ahead and register there, because you'll the information I'm relaying to you, it ties into the portion that I'm presenting to you all at this reunion. So, or this workshop, but I call it a reunion because it is the time to come back to self, come back to life. Okay. Like that song, back to life, back to reality. Like, okay. So yeah. In other words, I'm going to cut it because I have a whole bunch of things to do and check on my baby chick, because that's another thing that came out of this weekend for me, was my mother bringing a baby chick home that she won from work. So that's a new experience in itself. So without further ado, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself, so you can heal thyself. And I'll see you guys in the next one.